Whoa! It's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash Building Challenge video. Lately, there's been a challenge going around that started off with a level by Pocke called Roaming. You've probably seen it on YouTube. It's under 50 objects in total, and it's over a minute long. I'm going to briefly check it out at the beginning of this video, just so you can see what's going on. It uses a bunch of scale-hacked objects to create giant backgrounds and obstacles with a very low object count. It has some progression, too. We have fading backgrounds in and out that change based on the music. Flash's level in this style takes the cake, man. This uses only 39 objects. Clever use of the orb in the background. I think that's awesome. Get it? Orb. Awesome. The aim of the game is to use objects cleverly and also get your triggers in check to make them as efficient as possible. This is also hacked. Oh my goodness, I just died in a 4-star level. And you see that there's a background introduced, and this is using a text bypass, I'm pretty sure. Line breaks and stuff to create ASCII art, which is ridiculous. I can't quite do that, but I want to try my hand at it. And we're going to start off with a ball section immediately. Dark background. If you like what you see, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Time machine, why not? So immediately, if I want to fade the background onto a color, I have to use a color trigger, which is going to take up my very first object. We could just do a giant fade up to this light purple or something. And we can also make a loop here, which is going to have maybe a 0.2 hold on the pulse. Background copying the background with less brightness or something, which is going to be spawn triggered. So using this trigger right here, going to be spawning group number 1, we'll say, over and over again with a 0.4 delay. Double what's on the hold, so it's like on, off, constantly. A spawn trigger lets you reuse triggers, which takes 1 to initiate and 1 extra that repeats itself using its own group and spawning itself. And I need to spawn in that trigger. So already we have ourselves 4 objects in use, and that's turning the background on and off with a giant fade. Okay, I'm probably going to scale hack some electricity, honestly. We've already got some abrasive decoration with our background that just has a hold time and nothing else. So I guess we can have a super abrasive electric object right here, which is going to lock onto the x-axis, taking up yet another object. Well, we can make this background blending, I think, just like this. So it gets brighter and brighter as the level goes on. What if I change the detail to oppose the hue completely? Oh god, that looks odd. I'm gonna have to play in full, I think. I just want to see how the object looks as the level goes on. This is not good. Why is it just stopped? Oh, I gave it group number 2. Yeah. This move trigger is supposed to be 2, not 1. Let's have a look. It's gray and then it starts adding color. Okay, interesting. This isn't all that bad. I was expecting this to be a bit worse, but it gets too bright too quickly, I think, maybe. So I have full control over the level's brightness right here. If I just place 1 more trigger that fades on its way back down for another 30 seconds. I wonder if I could just flip this on an opposite hue once again. So maybe plus 90 and minus 90. Give this another group, which is going to fade on? No. We can save an object there, because if I used another group, what I would have to do is toggle it off and then toggle it back on. But I can just use black blending as a color channel right here. Then at this point of the level, I can just add a color trigger for that color channel, which has little to no fade time at all, and it's going to start copying the background color again. There we go. So at this point, the other electric objects will be visible too, but I am going to move this towards me. Flip it upside down, I think, so we're kind of opposing it. Okay, so slight problem I'm noticing already. Since the detail side has plus brightness right here, it was appearing visible even though it's black blending, because it was adding some brightness to it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to think about is the lines on the bottom of the screen, because they look kind of odd. Wait, I could definitely just make them the color of the background? Not sure about that. Wait. I can do the brightness and hue thing, yeah. Trying to get all of the juice out of this. I also set it to the second line type, which strikes it all the way across. Okay, cool. So it's changing colors constantly. We've got some background going on. Got a bit of the flicker. We can definitely add some objects in here now. Just scared about how this is going to use objects. Probably a square object in the beginning. So let's go to the next editor layer. Let's set down this object. Let's make it have the same properties as the line, and then the inside is going to be the blending color channel, I do believe, with more brightness as well. This looks alright. That's plus 0.3 pretty much, so this can also be given a group number 3. It needs 2 to lock to the x-axis as well. It's going to be don't fade and don't enter, so it doesn't have a... Ooh, I'm going to turn off don't enter. So we're just gonna have don't fade. So when the block transition happens, that I'm gonna add right here. Can I add the, yeah, I'm gonna add the one that moves it in a random direction. You can find it by searching secret object in the search tab and copying the object from there. So that's gonna send it in a random direction as soon as it goes off the screen. That's locked super far away. How far away from my cube? I'm gonna say 16 blocks away. So I'm pretty sure this should just be off screen at this point. Yeah, okay, cool. 3 is gonna move towards. Now this is gonna last for 60 seconds. I gotta figure this out. This part of the building process was pretty awkward, so I'm voicing it over. I knew that I wanted to loop the motion of an object moving 24 blocks to the left, then resetting back to the right at a constant rate. I'll show you the logic right here in the editor after the fact. It moves 960 blocks to the left over 70 seconds. It repeats 40 times, so it needs to be repeated on a 70 divided by 40 second delay. So I have a spawn trigger up here with 1.75 second delay before it spawns again that resets it to the right. I also added slight movements in the y-axis so they scroll up to be reset down, and I changed the game mode to a wave, adding D blocks over the level to allow for sliding. This was the only way the gameplay felt fair, even if it took an extra object for the D block. You'll notice that I added multiple sets of spawns too. This ate up object, but gave me a pretty dynamic and challenging environment. Some of these spawns set up a larger set of blocks that move more slowly on the X and Y, with more delay between their resets, which creates a brighter block color in any overlap as a result of the blending that's enabled on the detail of the blocks. And I'll leave the rest of the spawns for the live commentary Wulzy to explain. I actually almost gave up on this challenge though. As you can see right here, I just stopped recording without any word. But I didn't give up. I gave it my best thought and effort and came up with a cheap but effective solution, covering everything up. So what else could I even do here? I talked earlier about a ground, but I don't know how that's gonna work. I guess what I could do is scale up like this little waterfall. Super fat. 30 maybe. This is gonna lock to the x-axis. It's gonna stick out above the ground. I'm just gonna leave it on white so I can see what it's actually doing. That's making some pretty interesting surroundings, I gotta say. This could be savable. Okay, so if I go down a block and increase the Z order and go black, and then go down another half a block, maybe? Increase the Z order again and put the background color one. The line, dude, the line. Okay, we have something going here. It doesn't look great, but it's kind of working. You know, this isn't even that bad for a low object level, dude. Alright, so let me select the middle ground of each of these waterfall objects and set them to copy the color of the background with a bit less brightness, so when it flickers upwards bright enough, it will start to lighten up, and that's going to give me a lot of progression through the level. Almost. It just needs to be a bit more up this way. Now what we can do is wait until the very end of a loop, like right here, I'm gonna say, and delete any object that doesn't show up, like this one. Pretty sure this object also does not show up, so I can delete that too. This one can go, and the bottom one. Damn, we've just saved some objects. We're on 30. We're doing pretty good. I gotta say, we're doing pretty good. We're saving every object we can. So I can add a few more obstacles here, I think. Probably using the back of the white overlay to our advantage. This one right here is on B1 and 2. So I can probably add some white saws, just like this, that stick on that layer. B1 and 2. Yeah, that'll be fine. Super slow. And I think we can afford making a new spawn loop for these. Spawn number 9. So number 9 is gonna move 10 times. So what would I need? A 240 movement back the way on 0. Give that group 10 and do all the spawn trigger jazz. We don't need a Y movement this time. We can just straight up move at 2400 on number 9. So this saw should be moving towards me. Yep. Okay, neat. We can probably make it go a bit further just so we get a bit more coverage and move it further down. And I'll probably make a different one for the top. Yeah, so they're slightly different and they're gonna have different degree rotations too. Now in comes the matter of testing. Yeah, so we have a ground that's moving slower than the top. This is kind of interesting now. Hold on. Oh god. The saws freak out at the beginning. That's terrifying. Here they are. This is working. Dude, it's working. Let's go. This is not going to work because they're so big that you can see them move. So I'm going to add a move time on these. I can add a 2-second one. That's going to make it more interesting on the edges anyway. Oh, that one zooms. That makes no sense. Gonna set the duration to half of the time it takes to make one full sweep across the screen. I kinda like how this is set up, honestly. This is cool. Oh, it's terrifying. Then, for the second half of the level, I set the white object and the background to pulse to black on a spawn loop. Wow, I actually got it right second try, and I'm keeping the background change, that's fire. And I also added a couple of speed changes towards the end. Oh wait, we have a black blending set, right? Yeah. Cool. So we just set out an object with black blending, copy the values, and then paste it here. Neat. Okay, so let's go in normal mode. Our new level, low, which is 45 objects in total. I was quite frustrated in the beginning because I couldn't figure out the correct timings on the moving blocks or anything like that. But once I kind of relaxed, made my surroundings a bit and got more confident, I realized, hey, the blocks don't even matter that much. And hey, it's fine. I can just add lots of scaled up stuff in the foreground that repeats itself, that kind of twitches. You see it's animated, but it's so big that it just looks like a... Oh my god, that is not invisible. Well, that's an effect. That was intentional. We now have a mini wave. We should probably have changed the colors at this point, but it's okay. It doesn't look too bad. I don't know. It makes it kind of interesting that everything's pulsing to black. Please. Please. No. Oh, well, that's the level. I don't know, man. This video was probably so messy. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this Geometry Dash building challenge video. I know it was kind of goofy, silly, all that stuff. I'll upload it to the Wulzy account. Thank you for watching this Geometry Dash building challenge. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.